Okay, I am going to be attempting to make some homemade apple fritters. And this is an old recipe from 1927. I've never made these before, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to kind of rush this to begin with because I've already cut up my apples. I don't want them to turn brown. I guess it doesn't matter because they're going to be like frying, right? But anyways, I do have about 2 inches of oil going in a skillet. I put it on low, so we'll see. I've already said before that my stove is really finicky. It's old. Still haven't replaced it yet, and my big burner, I don't know, it's just really weird. So anyways, we're going to do the glaze first. And even though it said 1 cup of powdered sugar, I'm only doing a half a cup. So I'm kind of cutting this in half because I just don't think I need that much. I don't know. This recipe, you can double it, triple it, whatever, but I'm only using a half a cup. We'll see. And then I'm going to use a half a teaspoon of vanilla. And then I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. Since I halved this, I'm going to use about a tablespoon of milk. But just going to kind of eyeball it. You can make it as thick, or, if you want it runny, thicker, whatever. You can add more powdered sugar. You can take away. When it goes on, that being hot, it's going to be melty anyways. I might add more powdered sugar to this, but I'm going to set it aside so we can get the batter going. And I will probably add a little more powdered sugar to this. And I might need more. Who knows? I might need more of the glaze. I like glaze on it, but I don't want it to be loaded with glaze. You can also, if you don't want glaze on yours, you can instead just use cinnamon and sugar. Okay, we're going to put that aside and go ahead and get ready for the batter. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So we're just going to add just a pinch of salt and 1 egg. Just beat that up. And then 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder. It's 1.5. I was just using the half. That's why it looks like I put 3 in there, but I didn't. So that's 1.5 teaspoon baking powder. And I'm trying to remember all this by heart here. That looks kind of gross. And then 1/3 cup of milk. Three tablespoons of powdered sugar. And then I'm going to just add a little bit of, this is a cinnamon sugar already in there. I just sprinkled some in there. I didn't even measure it. Just sprinkle a little bit in there. And then 1 cup of flour. And at this point, I am not going to use this. I'm going to use a different spoon. Had to find my bigger spoon. That's the yummy batter. Okay. And then I have already cut up just add it. It says, and see it's already starting to turn a little brown, and I just cut it up not too long ago. It said 2 apples, 2 medium-sized apples, and just chop them up, you know, pretty fine. Making a mess. And just mix it up. That's a lot of apples. It seems like there's more apples than there is batter. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. Alrighty. So now we're going to move over to the stove, and we're going to see how this goes. I don't know how it's going to go. Like I said, I've never made them before. So here we go. Okay, so we're over here at the stove, and I do have a cookie sheet over here with the rack for cooling. And it says you just drop them in by the spoonful, and of course they're not going to look like, you know, what you get at the store, because, you know, they're homemade, right? We're going to test one, and you got to be very careful, you know, because you're dealing with hot oil, and I'm like standing back. Again, my stove is very finicky, especially this burner, my biggest burner. So I'm going to just drop a little bit in, a little bit of oil to see if it's ready, or a little piece. It definitely is not. So I'm going to put this on pause, turn it up just a little bit. We'll just leave that little test piece in there until this gets ready, and we'll just come back. Okay, we are going to go for it. Like I said, this one burner is just horrible, but we're just going to get a spoonful, drop it in there, maybe flatten it a little bit, I don't know. Don't know what's going to happen here. I guess we shall see. And just let it go. I think it could have got a little hotter, could have made them a little bigger. I don't know. This is the most finicky stove ever, especially this big skillet, or this big burner. If I turned it up higher, this stuff probably would have boiled over. It says to cook, anywho, I think I have this on there. It says to cook for 3 minutes on each side, but basically until it's golden brown. I don't know. We're gonna see. We're just gonna see. And it's making a small batch. What do we have there? Six small ones. But like I said, you can double the recipe, triple it, whatever. But it's just a small batch. And the temp, if you have like a candy thermometer, which I don't have, the temp you want it to get up to is 350. So I do know that. I am going to put this on pause. I mean, you don't need to watch this. I'm going to put it on pause for right now until we flip it over, so you just don't have to sit here and stare at those. Okay, so it took a little while. I said when I get to remodeling this kitchen, which was supposed to be done over winter, and what? We're almost done with summer, still hasn't got done. The stove is priority. But anyways, you can make these as brown as you want, but I think we're going to call it good and take them out. The recipe also just says drop them in by spoon. We flattened them out a little bit, but you can flatten them out a little bit more because they're pretty thick. See? So we're going to go ahead and transfer them over on this makeshift thing I have here. They should definitely be done because they were in there for more than 3 minutes on each side. So, and like I said, they are definitely not going to look like what you buy in the store. They're not. Oops, that one kind of fell. So again, I'm going to put this on pause while I transfer over to put the icing on. Just getting the other one out here. I just put it on here, I'll rearrange it. But we'll go over there and put the icing on. Okay, so I went ahead and took them off of that thing. And I am going to sprinkle some cinnamon sugar. Well, if it comes out, it's a little bit on each of them. They're still warm. I'll turn them over. Alrighty. And then we'll just drizzle some of little icing over it while it's still warm. And I did add some more powdered sugar to this to make it thicker. Oops. And there you go. We have some homemade apple fritters. That's a 1927 recipe. We'll see if it's any good. So, yeah. I don't know. It looks like it might be good. I don't know. So, I guess I could, let's go ahead and break one of these open and see if it's all, looks kind of yummy. It's all cooked all the way through and you can see some of the apples there. I don't know if you can see. So I am going to taste one. Okay, that is really good. It's not really sweet, but it is cooked all the way through, and you can taste the cinnamon, and you can taste those apples. So this is a winner to me, a winner. So I really like this recipe. It's not as sweet as the ones you buy in the store, I have to say that. So if you do want something sweeter, you can add more powdered sugar if you want to go by this recipe to the to the batter. But it is really good. So anyways, we'll come back with another cheesy cooking video.